Gossip, I asked ChatGPT to write me a ghost story. Surprisingly, they weren't that bad. I'm going to tell you one of those ghost stories, and this was titled The Last Room on the Left. It started with a storm, the kind of storm that felt alive, the kind of storm that felt like it was hunting something. Emily had driven through sheets of rain for hours, and her GPS had started to glitch, and she was in the hills of Appalachia. So when she saw a vacancy sign blinking through the trees, she without a doubt knew it was her sign to stop. She needed to pull over, she needed to rest and wait the storm out. She goes into the motel's front desk, and there was a woman at the counter. She didn't ask for ID, she just stared at Emily and slid an old brass key across the counter and said, "Last room on the left." As she walked to her room, she dragged her suitcase up the hallway on the saggy carpet, and she passed a mirror, and as she passed that mirror, she caught a glimpse of a reflection that wasn't entirely hers. It was her, but the face seemed different. It was smiling. She got to the last room on the left, and it wasn't anything spectacular. It was outdated. The sheets were stiff, and it smelled musty, but also like iron. Something told her in that moment that she needed to leave, but she didn't. The storm grew closer, and thunder cracked, and the lights began to flicker. So she curled up in the bed to get ready to go to sleep. At 3:13 in the morning, the doorknob jiggled. Emily sat up out of bed and waited and listened. She then heard him. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps. Footsteps seemed to stop right in front of her door. As she laid there, like holding her breath, like waiting for the next thing to happen, she heard a whisper from underneath the door. "You're in my room." The doorknob started to turn again, but the door didn't open. Emily sat there frozen in fear until sunrise. The next morning, Emily went to the counter to return the key, and there was a different woman there, and she was older, and she seemed very confused that Emily was there. She looked at Emily like Emily was a ghost herself. She said this motel has been closed for years. We haven't had power since 1987. That whole wing was condemned, especially the last room on the left. Emily didn't say a word. She slid that brass key across the counter and left. As she reached her car, she saw it. In the rearview mirror, it was a face.